Hey guys, my name's Trinity, and if you're here to talk about books. Today though, we will be unhauling some books. Let's do some spring cleaning. If you guys are unaware, I am a big supporter of the buy-sell trade. And so when I find books that just aren't going to be ones I want to reread, or if they are books that maybe I even picked up at the buy-sell trade and I bought the whole series because they were like $1, and then I read the first book and didn't like it, then I go back to the buy-sell trade, take them back, and buy new books for me to read, ones that I will enjoy. So let's go through the books that I will be unhauling this month. If you guys watched my last video, you guys will have probably seen Annihilation. I am unhauling this because I don't plan to finish the series. This was good. I did enjoy it, but it's just one of those books that I really don't think is going to appeal to me later on. I don't know that I'm going to be a fan of this series. This did come in at a 3.5, so there's nothing wrong with it, but I just don't feel the need to continue. Next would be the Farseer Trilogy by Robin Hobb. I read Shaman's Crossing for my TBR10, ended up DNFing it because there was no plot, and I wasn't really interested in the characters either, so I just didn't enjoy this. And this is actually pretty low rated on Goodreads, so I have a feeling that a lot of people will probably agree with me. And you know, sometimes you just don't like a series, and I did get these at the buy-sell trade for like $1 a piece, and now I'm gonna take them back and pick up a different series that I might like. The next book would be H2O by Virginia Bergen. So this is also known as The Rain. I didn't really like this book. It is one of them that it's young adult, it's dystopian, and the main character is very cheeky. I didn't connect with her at all. I actually thought she was kind of rude and hateful. This is a beautiful book though. Like, the book itself is really pretty. But I didn't like Ruby, and so I don't see myself picking up the next book in the series. Okay, this one is not going to make any sense to people who know my reading taste, but I am going to take back the Last Kingdom series. I enjoyed this, but it's not one I'm going to reread, and while I liked this, I have a little bit of burnout on Viking books. And I don't know. I don't think I'm going to reread it, like I said. And I don't know. I just feel like this is one. If I'm going to pick up a Viking book, it's probably going to be something like Northern Wrath or Hall of Smoke. And these are slow-paced, and I don't really get along with slow-paced novels. They are good, though. If you like Viking novels, definitely give these a try. I just don't see myself rereading them. So next would be a couple of devotional books that I have read a few times, and so someone else can get some use out of these. City of Dark Magic. This was the most convoluted book I have ever read in my life. It was fun, but I'm not continuing with the series because I just couldn't wrap my head around half the things that were going on in this book. So it's going to the buy-sell trade. Dead Ringers by Christopher Golden. This book I did thoroughly enjoy. However, I am not going to reread it because I know the twist. So it's one of them that I would really love to pass on to someone else who's going to enjoy Christopher Golden's writing. And yeah, if you haven't read Dead Ringers, I highly recommend it. It is horror, so there's that, horror mystery. But it was fun, and I definitely recommend Christopher Golden to anybody. I just don't think I'm going to reread this book. The Fire Sermon by Francesca Haig. Now, you guys know that I have had an issue with dystopian novels. I was reading this for my TBR10, and I got about 3/4 of the way through it and just was done. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a good story. I would recommend it to anybody who does like the dystopian setup. This has an alpha and omega setup as well, and I think that you guys might enjoy it. I just am breaking up with dystopian novels. I don't know why I keep trying. I haven't enjoyed one in a very long time. So, The Need by Helen Phillips. This was boring. I picked it up because everybody said it was creepy, and if you were a mother, you would really appreciate the children aspect of this book, and nope, it was dull. Dull, dull, dull. I hated it. Pathfinder by Orson Scott Card. So I read Ender's Game. I enjoyed it. I ended up buying a few of the firsts of his series. I don't even know if this is a first. I really don't. But I find myself really not drawn to Orson Scott Card's writing, even though I really did like Ender's Game. I don't know. I think that I'm not going to ever pick this up. I've had this book for a really long time. That's the reason I'm getting rid of it, is because I've had it for forever and I still haven't read it. And someone else can enjoy it. Kate Tiernan, let's talk about her for a moment. This was one of my favorite authors whenever I was really young. I have kept the books for a while based on nostalgia. This has a chalice of wind, a circle of ashes, a feather of stone, a necklace of water. These were really good when I was really young, and I tried rereading them and they don't hold up. So I'm sad about that. On that same note, I have the first two books in the bind up of Sweep. These were, again, one of my favorites when I was younger, and they just don't hold up. But, you know, if you have a young reader who likes witchcraft, I do think that this is a good series for a young reader. Or if you have a young reader who's wanting to get into fantasy, urban fantasy, these are also really good for that. But again, they don't really hold up. There was a bookmark in there. And so I'm going to go ahead and pass these on. Now, if you guys have been watching for a while, you guys know that I used to love detective novels, and I haven't had the greatest time with them recently. So I'm only going to hold up one of these books, but I am unhauling the series by Greg Iles. This is about a prosecutor, but it is still one of those detective stories that I'm not going to pick up again. And I've held on to them because they're beautiful. Here's Natchez Burning. But Pen Cage is just not the story for me anymore, so I am going to unhaul these. All right, that is it for my spring cleaning unhaul video. Like, subscribe, do all the fun things, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!